Hello and welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada in USA for the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. Curling returns to the entertainment capital of the world after 3 very successful Continental Cups held here previously. Fans who are flying out here are getting the best of 2 worlds, but lots to do between watching their favorite teams compete on ice, and that ice is found in the Orleans Arena. My name is Sander Elvåg, and I'm joined by 2-time Olympian Anne Swisshelm. Good morning, Anne.
Good morning, Sander. This should be a great matchup here in Session 3. United States playing the Netherlands.
Just at the very early stages of the championship and this 12-game round robin, 13 teams, as we see the teams just making their way into the Orleans Arena. In the complex of the Orleans Hotel and Casino. Well, should be a great setting for this morning's draw. A few people still making their way into the arena while we take a look at the lineup.
And this is Philip Tilker playing lead. Colin Huffman throwing the second stones. Rich Rahonen, he's the skip, he throws third stones. Greg Persinger, he plays vice skip and throws the last 2 rocks for Team USA.
And USA will be taking on Netherlands at lead. We have Carlo Glasbergen throwing the second stones. Laurens Hoekman at third for the Dutch. We have Wouter Hoskins. And this team is skipped by no other than Jaap van Dorp. Taking a look at the teams competing, so we have Sweden, China, Korea, Norway, Scotland, United States, Canada, Germany, Italy, Japan, of course the Netherlands, and alongside Russia and Switzerland. Sweden on top of 2 wins so far, but lots of games still remaining in this round robin for all teams. Still a chance to grab one of those playoff spots as we take a look at the other games in the Orleans Arena this morning. Russia plays China, Norway takes on Germany, Japan will play Korea, but our eyes will be mainly focused on United States and Netherlands for this draw. The teams have had their pre-game practice.
Yes, and by virtue of the last stone draw, where 2 players from each team at the end of their practice throw draw shots trying to be closest to the center of the rings, Team Netherlands much closer than USA, so they will have the last rock advantage when we start this game.
Final preparations being made by the teams, just sliding through these beautiful houses we've had installed on the ice.
Yeah, it's an incredible venue, and as you referenced, this is the 4th major championship held by the New Orleans Arena. They've got beautiful conditions for these players. Ice is pretty quick. It's been moving quite nicely. Lots of movement left, right, inside out, outside in, right, left. Kind of all shots are available. United States.
My last draws, I was sort of like
they're throwing the red stones.
Yeah, it's faster than that. So it's almost like it was yesterday.
Netherlands are the yellow stones.
Yeah, maybe.
USA's Philip Tilker will get us underway.
Yeah, the 40-year-old will throw the first stone of this game. What is the call?
5-6. Line's good.
So USA started their first game, first rock yesterday without hammer as well. They put it short, tight against Japan, and Japan ended up utilizing their hammer to great effect and opened up with a 2 against USA. So a little bit of change in tactics here for USA, bringing that rock straight into the rings. And since it's not the most perfect location, Van Dorp and the Dutch team going to try and get some offense going right here from the beginning.
Carlo Glasbergen will throw the in-turn or clockwise corner guard. And we'll see that movement to the wing, as you mentioned, Dan.
Yeah, now the interesting thing to keep watch during this game is this is one of the board side sheets, the end sheets. And often the ice along the board is just slightly different than the internal sheets of ice. So sometimes it can be a little straighter, it can have a little more hook or finish.
Tap's okay.
Tap.
Let's play the tap.
Okay. Not too much ice for the tap? No. Okay. Okay, then there's another 6 feet. Hit it for line.
Wait close.
I think it's clean now.
Back 4.
Clean now.
Yep.
Weight's good. Line over.
Whoa. Close.
Weight's perfect.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa.
Bumping the tee.
Yes.
Good. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, good
Just
shot.
shorter tee, actually.
Whoa.
Not fast to start on.
No.
Nice tap by Tilker. But the stones are in the house, so
Nate, no.
Yeah.
Glasbergen is allowed to make a play on them. They're looking to play the hit and roll over towards the corner guard.
Oh, and they just missed that one. I think they were going for a little. They wanted a little too much production out of that rock. Just the hit and roll into the corner puts a ton of pressure on USA.
Control.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen some movement on the takeouts as well. We'll see how this comes out for Colin Huffman.
Colin Huffman opened yesterday with an absolutely extraordinary game.
Gotta go.
And then
Gotta go, Greg.
high 90s.
Just slightly over curling on this one.
Gotta go, Rich.
Ends up getting away with it, though. Look at that. They've choked off the corner. They removed the stones.
I just gotta know.
USA got a little fortunate there. Maybe a little lucky here in Las Vegas.
Well, maybe you should hit the tables after. Lawrence Hookman will make the hit on the open wing. And as you said, Anne, the red stone underneath that corner makes it a little harder to make a draw in behind. This lands nicely for Hookman. As we see in the round robin, we'll play 6 ends minimum, although the game is scheduled for 10. And both teams will have 38 minutes of thinking time. And there's also that 60-second timeout they can call at any point in the game.
Colin gets a chance to throw this hit again, right down the center line.
All the way, Greg. Gotta go hard for a piece.
Now this is a bit of a new team for curling fans. New fans of the game alike, of course. Is there anything you can tell us about the Americans?
So this is a bit of a super team put together. These guys have all worked hard. They've been in and out of the high performance program. But this is their first season in this lineup. And they went into the U.S. National Championship and played absolutely outstanding curling. And by virtue of winning that, they are here representing USA.
This young Dutch team, of course, have been on the circuit for a while. Also played the World Championship last year in Edmonton. Or seem to be improving every year.
Yeah, and they had a nice opportunity at the Olympic qualifier in the Czech Republic in Pilsen to kind of hone their skills this season. They've already have a major international championship under their belt in this season. and
I think it curls pretty good.
also the Europeans. So this is their third. And that kind of shot there, that little hit and roll underneath the corner,
Board, like, you got to be at least 11 and a
that little draw underneath the corner, sorry about that, shows that they are no longer the newbies out here.
Throw well.
I believe it's the youngest team out there playing the oldest team on average.
Wait's good.
Yeah, and this is the oldest player on the ice, Rich Rahonen.
Hard! Gotta go! Hard, Colin, hard! Hard! Jeez.
So this board side that I mentioned early in the end, it is a little bit tricky management. It looks like their USA is getting stuck with a bit of a high center line or a low corner into the far corner of the arena.
Certainly if Colin Huffman can't hold it for you, there's no chance.
There is no chance.
Here is Wouter Huskins, just 19 years old. Feels like he's been playing quite a long time already. They've had some wins on the tour, World Curling Tour. They haven't been able to break through to the playoffs in a championship yet. Could be their year here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, the timing is actually really good for this young team from the Netherlands.
I don't mind either, but
Quite a few new teams in this World Championship from and around the world. Of course, the teams that have been here before will try and take advantage of their experience.
it's just it's
That's what I'm saying.
it's heavier than we think.
So,
Yeah,
10 and a half or 10?
this is a kind of a unique year, having just come off the Olympic Games and then coming essentially straight to the traditional championship season and women's championship and now the men's championship.
Whoa. Phil. Phil, go. Go, Phil. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, this spot is just managing that center line. It's how quickly you cross it, where you cross it, and
That was 10.
USA needs to get a hold of that. But with that hit and roll out,
That one just ran a little straighter. I threw a little more weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huskins gets a chance to throw this draw again.
Blijf stuk. Gul nog niet. Gul nog niet.
Next 4.
Oh, nee. Oh, het gaat nu wel, maar hang hoog.
Next 4.
Hang hoog. Zo hoog mogelijk. Next 4. Nee. Back 4. Back 4 keer. Ja, hij is buried, dus dat is oké. Back 4 keer. Als hij maar niet erachter ligt. Oké. Oké. Dit is 8. Oké, het gaat een kaartje mee. Ja, hij gaat ook een kaartje mee. Yep.
Could roll to here. That way if he hits it, you got to freeze.
I don't think we want to roll for a pocket.
No, I don't think you do either. Because they'll just go under again.
I ain't. Knows it. Let's play it a little solid. Let's play 9.5. Let's make this.
What do you say, normal down?
9.5. 9.5.
Do you want to throw it normal down? No, that's fine. Okay.
Well, looking for the hit and roll here. USA, and it'll be vice skip and fourth thrower Greg Persinger to make it. Is any risk involved here?
Gotta go.
Yeah, there's always risk involved, but these guys are looking at giving up 2 at this point, barring some kind of extraordinary set of circumstances.
Do not roll it. No roll.
Straight
No roll.
sweep.
I was thinking if they would ever have gone a little too hard for that roll and underneath the corner roll too far, maybe the Dutch could sink another one in behind the corner and bring 3 into play.
Yeah. So, and as long as USA stays shot in the back of the rings, they're going to hold the Dutch team to 2. And it's a great opportunity for Jaap van Dorp. You know, a nice steady shot to open up the game.
Oh ja, als je nu gewoon noos moet hij ook hitten. Moet hij
Oké.
nozen.
Oké, ja.
Heb je sowieso 2.
Ja.
Gewoon 10. Ja.
Is goed.
Well, I'll tell you, Jaap van Dorp is quite the shot maker. He's 20 years old.
10-2.
Sometimes certainly the guy to keep the Dutch in the game.
10-0.
This is a pretty routine shot right here, but first end, sometimes you get caught out in the ice. But this is made.
Oké, prima.
Netherlands, they will sit 2.
Yeah, it was a great brush by Hoekman
Een beetje
and
opletten.
Glasbergen.
Ja, ik dacht dat het wel harder was. Ja, ik dacht ook dat ik harder
Those guys really working that shot, holding the line.
was.
You can see just up on their toes here.
Yeah, and they
Hoekman.
also communicate the whole way down the ice. This team is very disciplined with the choices they make out there, how they communicate. USA's team's a little bit different. They've played a little bit longer in their life, but not longer together. So you'll see a lot of communication.
Go, go, go.
Pretty good.
That's a good shot.
Go, Greg.
Move to a new spot on the ice. Maybe you'll get lucky.
That's what the best you can do. You can never get shot buried.
So the teams have very different styles of communication.
Ja.
I want to make sure the shot.
Oké, ja.
Gewoon een haartje erbij.
Ja. Qua lengte. Ja, precies. Ja. Oké, ja, deze daar. Oké. Ja.
Last one for Jaap van Dorp. Looking to score 2 here in the first end. Get off to a great start. Bringing the sweepers on early to try and hold the line. But on and off, it's always a good sign. Especially so for the Dutch here. Nose hits, 2 points up on the board for the Netherlands. That is the score so far.
Ja, dat is wel 9-8.
0-2 after one end of play.
Maar is goed. Goed bezig. Ja. Lekker end door, jongen. Ja.
Boy, it was slow down the middle.
It was
11-6, and I kicked that one and moved. Didn't get either one of them out of the house.
Right. What's the thing? So like,
I think we threw a lot of inside, in that middle section. We just have to keep up the weight a little bit, So,
well, even my draw was not heavy. Was still heavy ice.
yeah.
That's all right.
Okay, we're fine.
We're gonna have a ton of opportunities.
Carlo Glasbergen gets us going in the second end of this game. USA playing Netherlands here in the Orleans Arena for the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship.
Yeah, and with the Dutch team being up by 2. They know USA is going to throw a corner guard. They'll take advantage, put that rock right into the top of the forefoot. Really great rock placement there.
Right here. Yep.
So now USA throwing the corner guard into the free guard zone.
Come
So that free guard zone, the area where stones cannot be taken out of play fully by your opposition until the second stones are thrown. And that guard sits a little long and a little wide. The specificity with where you place those first 4 stones really dictate how well you can stick to your game plan and your tactics. So far, advantage Netherlands in really solid rock placement from the lead.
What is the best spot to throw a corner guard?
Well, on each different ice surface and which side, it's a little bit different. Some ice you want to be really, really tight to the rings, depending on how the ice is moving. Ideally, you'd like to be right near the 3-6-1 logo.
We see Glasbergen's center guard not curling quite enough for them, so exposing that shot stone. Also on the corner guard side, a chance for USA, Philip Telker, to make a hit and roll, try and bring the play over towards the corner, although it's not the best one.
Hard, Greg! Keep it off center. Keep it off center. Still got it. Hard! Hard! Whoa! 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 Carlin,
Changing out the play here to try and maybe get underneath the center, just over curling there for Telker.
Yeah, and with that guard slipping to the wrong side of the center line, it gave USA quite a few options. Even if they had ticked off that high guard, they roll underneath their corner, open up the center.
Shishyak! Whoa! Shishyak! Whoa! Heck! Whoa! Shishyak! Guard out! Hard guard out! Shishi! Hard, 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 hard. Alles. Yep, yep, yep. Hard op rood. Rol gul weg. Moet eruit. Yep. Hard job.
Not quite enough weight to move that red stone out of the house. You'd think, maybe especially without the last stone, it's important to kill those opponent stones.
You no need to play cute there. You've got a 2-point lead, and the rock was essentially wide open to you. Yeah, no need to get cute.
The hangs would go the other way.
And by cute, I mean a little bit careful with the weight, a little bit down weight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close. Whoa. Close. Yep.
So USA,
Whoa, whoa,
Other way?
whoa. Whoa.
simple little hit
Whoa, whoa.
and roll.
Roll it. Got it.
And they can sit 1 and 2, 1 under cover as we take a look in over on Russia versus China.
That is Chinese skip, So Do-ja. But there's last stone here, facing a couple. Needing to get to the inside of this red stone on the tee line. Big sweep to get it past the guard. That is very close, but he'll get there. Facing what looked like 4 Russian counters. Great shot by So Do-ja and a nice sweep. 1 point for China, 1-0 after one end. Speaking of sweeping, again, the Dutch just not able to make enough contact.
Yeah, that's looked like a double correction there. All of a sudden, they correct the ice, up the weight, and you've got a miss on the other side.
I got 13-8 here on that one that they drew.
No.
I got 13-8 on that one they drew in.
70 for me?
70? We need more than that?
No. So all we
don't
need
like
is
this?
top 12, though.
Yeah, but we're better to tap it than come up to like it's
Not really. I think I'm going to give you an 80 with a bump.
Okay.
That sound good?
Okay.
If anything, I'm going to err on the side of kicking a little heavy, though.
65.
Easy, please. Easy.
7, 7, 8. Oh, it's getting better. Stay with it.
Lines, you got
Line's
plenty of
really
room.
good. 8, 7. Whoa then.
Why are we
Whoa
sweeping
then.
if you think it's a 7?
Stay with it. Right here, full 8.
It's all there.
Whoa, whoa,
Really digging.
Okay,
Holy
good shot.
smokes.
Not bad.
Holy curl.
Yeah, so slips a little bit deep. Maybe a chance
Outside.
to get out of the end for the Netherlands. As we see the coach for the Dutch boys, Shari Leibrandt-Demmen, been working with this team for quite a few years now and done a marvelous job of bringing the boys up into the light. Herself, of course, skipped a World Championship back in 2006 for Netherlands. Has some playing experience herself as well. And that is a nice double and roll in behind cover.
Yeah, just really helping his team out of a tough situation.
Lekker, mooi steen, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's not good at all.
Philip Drobnik, we've seen him before, and
Yeah, he coached the Olympics. He's been one of the national coaches for quite a long time for USA.
Probably there.
Here with the alternate Chris Plies running through the options
Maybe a
here.
little more. It came down. Collins came hard.
Yeah, we're in a better path.
Just like
though.
back line.
Okay.
Move it back. Try to roll to the
Okay.
8 foot.
It's gonna be quicker.
I think that's all we got, really.
So that or you play the tap on the red.
Yeah, you tap on the red, then he runs it, but actually that might not be bad.
If you tap the red and he runs it, he's losing his shooter. The yellow is probably also moving out.
Let's play the tap on the red.
How far are we tapping it?
Just 5 and 6 inches.
Okay.
So this is the kind of communication you'll see a lot from
Dead
USA.
nose tap, basically, right?
These guys are really experienced players. They all have input to give. The one challenge for USA, they all handle it really well, very low ego on the input, but it does take tons of their time clock.
Gotta go.
Yep, go.
Yep.
Hard!
Gotta go line.
Hard!
Everything.
Hard! Gotta go, guys. Gotta go.
well, looking to tap their own red stone just
Come on,
5 or
go,
6
go,
inches.
Go, go, go.
Was the plan to try and then leave the shooter almost corner frozen on that yellow. This is just coming up a little short.
Go, 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 go.
Will end up
Bad.
Okay, that's pretty
just
good.
freezing the yellow. anyway. It's not bad there.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. Again, it's not probably the shot you would ever call, but Richie coming up a little bit light,
What's that?
If I thought I could get
maybe
there,
a
I
little
wanted to
bit
play that.
narrow on that shot, or it curled a little bit more than they anticipated. Gave themselves pretty good angles in there.
Yeah, Netherlands still with the shot stone, or with shot stone now. But of course, USA really controlling the forefoot. Could easily remove that yellow later on. Still lots of stones left. So, Jaap van Dorp thinking we need to get in there. Just play a freeze right on top. So moving from a double takeout now to a delicate draw.
Go to me.
Wouter Huskins.
Okay, lijns terug. 12. Yep.
Gotta go. 12. Right? 12.
Carlo. Nee, low. Sorry. Yep.
12, Weitzer.
Koopman and Glasbergen trying to bring this as far as possible.
Okay.
Well, leaves it in a spot where it's a nuisance for USA, at least.
Had je wel 3-9 dan?
Ja, 4-1. 4-0-9 had ik.
Yeah, I think USA needs to play the pick while they can see it.
Or we just tap and get another one in here.
The only reason,
What if we make that sit here?
No.
Is that bad?
Do we tap the red rock? We try to tap again? Because more than likely, if he plays the yellow, he goes onto the red, onto the yellow.
Well, no, this is actually there. This is pretty there.
Yeah. Not bad. This one's gonna move out, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not
I don't know if I
gonna
like
wait
that
to
because
lose
we're
one
gonna
of the
nut
yellows.
him be shot.
What's that?
He doesn't have much in the middle.
We
there,
nut
so
it.
why would we?
If we nut
Either
this,
like chasing, picking the yellow back.
they're gonna be right
I don't
here.
mind at the same time.
Yeah. They'll have a hard
Because
time
what if
getting
he's
at it.
got nothing really
Okay.
on his yellow?
How do we tap?
We got another one in the rings too.
Just gotta make sure we don't take this one out. What weight do you want to throw?
Freeze is fine.
Yeah.
What weight do you want to throw?
Freeze, you can blast it. Right.
Just like
9.5?
I need more. You're gonna throw like board?
This one's not gonna go.
Okay.
Board's not going to move anything. You got to throw at least 10 and a half.
10 and a half.
Okay.
Trying
You
to
guys
roll
like
the shooter
this?
where?
Shooter over to the right.
Okay, aren't you just going to stick the yellow on
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's
You
okay.
are. I don't got enough of it. Let's play that other shot. Yeah.
Walking away.
Like,
That's, again, this is the USA team that you're going to listen to. There's a lot of chatter, a lot of input, and it all comes down to buying into the shot they finally settle on, right? So it's a kind of an unorthodox process for these guys. Now they're picking the yellow stone in the back, which is probably the first shot they had looked at as a team. They got back to it.
Push.
go, Phil, go!
Push. Hard on the yellow.
Go, Greg, go, 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 go.
Not quite to remove it from the forefoot. Does at least open it up slightly. Is it
Yeah, he went.
sometimes mentally tough to just change that call last second?
Yeah, that's part of the challenge for this USA team is getting comfortable with the switched roles, right? This is a little bit unorthodox in the sense that your third thrower is your skip. He needs to come back down and set that ice a little more specifically. I think they'd get more production out of those choices.
Oké, ja, rechter wil je. Ja, Duits erbij.
So now all of a sudden, a little bit of a misstep there by USA and an opportunity for Jaap van Dorp to put a ton of pressure on Greg Persinger's last two stones.
Buiten 4. 12, 3, 12. Je hebt hem. Yes, moet bij 4. 12. Hard jongens. Yes. Waar is die? 12. Oh, waar. Oh, laat maar guard. Is goed. 3. Blijf erbij. 3. Blijf erbij. 3. Yep. 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 Oh. Waar is die? Prima. Ik heb 405. 405, ja. Oké.
Oké, hij wil gewoon wijder, denk ik.
Ja, omdat hij iets wijder was, bleef hij aan het begin, remde hij al.
Ik hoorde veel meer vers pebbel.
Ja, ik denk het ook.
You're getting almost to
I don't know
nose
if I
though.
like that, because you're going to push this one right here. And then
Is it
he's just
ever
going to roll
better to
in.
just make the no?
Could run those two.
You can make the double on the 2 yellows, right?
Yeah. I think you got to come down and tap this.
That's the call.
If you can just get to and roll it a little, and then just
The
move
slash
this
is
to here.
always sending that
We're moving it like this way though.
Yeah. What else do we have? Otherwise, you got to open it up. But then if you open this and he's drilling these, I mean, if you hit something, I think we got to move something here.
Okay.
I think we just come down and tap.
Yours
this.
when
Try to get as close to nose as we can. We move it 3 inches.
Look how big and dropped it.
It's going to be close.
guys
If you
see
can
anything?
just roll it
This is
here
there.
so it's lined up, it's pretty good.
We can get shot with this.
I don't think we can.
Well, then if we're not convinced we can get shot, then we shouldn't be throwing it,
Right?
because he's just going to guard it up on us then, right?
Is there a setup for next shot? Do we have this red thing if we need it?
Otherwise, you run that.
Well, right now,
Try to get both of these.
I can come through that hole and tap some stuff. I can turn around and tap that yellow.
You're almost going to get to nose though.
Huh?
You're almost going to get to nose.
I don't mind unlocking them though.
What do you think?
You like that?
He kind of likes the tap through the middle.
Okay.
If we tap through the middle, can we bump this one on the left for shot?
Yeah.
And then we leave our red in the hole and we might be able to do something with it.
Okay.
You like that?
Back line.
And that way, we want to bump the yellow dead onto the nose of our red so they can't do anything with the yellow, but we can do something with both
We
sides.
need like a 60 split or a 50, 60.
Looks like too much ice.
It looks like too much ice to me too.
A little less.
I think that's good. Yeah, 60,
60 to 50.
something like that.
That's
A lot of chatter.
a lot of time on these rocks.
Looks like a lot. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
And I think the front end needs to come closer. I mean, you can hear the front end having,
Okay, get over there.
Roll it in. Roll it in. Roll. Go, 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 go. Go. Go, Phil. Go.
That's not bad at all.
Okay, that's pretty good. Good shot.
That's really good.
That's really good.
Why is that good, Dan?
well,
Oh, this side.
they're just trying to be a little positive, I think. They're hopeful that they have a way in to the forefoot off that stone.
Yeah.
This one is now open. There's a lot of there's a lot of positive things that happen there.
So they've opened that yellow, but still might have a chance to come off that stone on the winger on the right.
Yeah, that shot that the Netherlands is looking at right now.
Aan het begin zal hij niet veel doen, maar finish wel. Precies, zelfs als stikt hij nog vergeten. Ja, dat is ook best oké. Oké, ja, gewoon hit de bal. Ja. Gewoon zo goed mogelijk maken.
Both shots are for 3.
Gewoon normaal. Gewoon altijd rollen, toch? Ja. Oké, ja. Normaal.
Yeah, that's a good look at it. So, Jaap van Dorp needing a significant hit and roll in behind cover.
It's not easy.
A little bit of a wobble there on his release. Guys had to go right away.
Well, will roll onto their own yellow, but that looks pretty good from Jaap van Dorp.
That's a beautiful shot. Again, here's that throw just right at the end, just right at the release. Kind of gets it going. Maybe he was sliding a bit wide and tossed it back to the broom, and everybody read it well, swept it beautifully, and those guys sit well buried under cover. Shot one.
You gotta have like control, don't you?
Okay, control.
Well,
Control.
you gotta have more than control, Liam. You gotta have more than control.
Yeah, but the problem is if you ever hit this,
I know.
well, it should squirt straight back.
Well,
right?
you're gonna call it thin all day is
Yeah.
how you have to
Did
call
we ever
it.
play this with like control-ish?
No.
Right? Because this if you catch this one with control, this is not going to go too
Right,
far out.
there's no danger, but
And if
there's
you catch
also
this side, you go
there's
here.
hardly a shot there, Phil.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, okay. What am I throwing? Control
You want-
or
yeah.
normal?
No, control.
So this is a much faster process when that front end comes down because they feel the need to be
I don't
heard.
think control's enough
So
weight to make the
Okay.
shot.
All right, just
Normal?
play 10, 9-8.
10's okay. You like a 10?
Okay.
Basically, sweep to flash it and just let it come up.
Is that? Yeah.
Got to be thin, right?
Yeah.
Just throw this well.
So actually just more of a redirect than anything here.
yeah, it's just a little tick off that yellow stone in the top of the 12-foot.
Very, very tough shot here for Greg Persinger.
Yep. Yep.
Dutcher line one. Just needs a faint touch on this yellow stone. Redirect onto the shot stone, looking pretty close. He has it. Wow, what a shot by Greg Persinger. And is it definitely for 2? Is it for 3 even?
No, it's 2.
2.
It is 2. Still though, that is just amazing. Fantastic shot by Greg Persinger. I think you can try that at home in your club 100 times, you might not get it. That is beautiful. And 2 points on the board for USA. Well, they took their time in this end, but certainly paid off.
Great shot, Greg.
Okay. Colin, you and I are going to...
Yeah, he's got to be happy. That is a tough shot. Allows himself a little bit of an emotion.
Good shot, kid.
And all of a sudden, it's all square. 2-2 after 2.
Because he can't see well, so
That's
we hit it.
insane. It's one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Oh, I've got like a
USA should be boasting with confidence after that second end.
Not a surprise.
Beautiful shot by Greg Persinger. And the whole team, USA, will redirect to score 2, tie this game up. They're bringing this first one into the rings.
Yeah, right into the forefoot. USA they do need to up their execution a little bit, though. I mean, that shot that Greg Persinger made, outstanding. You might use the adjective unbelievable, because it is so rare. And I think you want a little bit simpler kinds of opportunities for yourself at the end, and that comes with a little bit more steady execution up and down the line.
Yeah, because you're not going to make shots like that throughout the game, most likely.
No. Well, you don't want to have to count on shots like that. That's really what my point is. It's not that you can't make them, because these guys are amazing and they make a ton of shots. But you really want to count on something a little bit simpler. And it comes down to rock placement in these early stones.
It was a tougher earn to 2 than it was for Jaap van Dorp in the first end. He had an open hit.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Go, go, go.
You can both go.
Both of you, both of you. Go, go.
Yep, yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right, good shot. That's fine.
Pretty good. Man, it is way slower than yesterday.
So this is the difference between the last end situation here. You had a really good look at what side USA is showing the Dutch team, leading them away from their corner guard.
Yeah. Hard, Allison, good hard. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is all over that center guard. It's in the free guard zone. If this goes all the way out of play, it goes back.
Goed, Carlo.
Don't.
Okay, whatever.
It stayed in play.
Like that, or you want that?
Amazing tick shot. Not the call, but
Yep, guard, tight guard.
works out well for the Netherlands.
Two.
Line's good.
One.
Greg. Go then.
Greg.
Greg, go.
Yep.
So with the switching here, calling the different players' names, they're really trying to impact the amount of curl that the stone has, and they switched. You hear that a lot, the switching.
90.
They're working on the trajectory of the shot there, trying to manipulate it a little bit.
Whoa, hard, Sissy. Hey. Whoa. Hey. Out. Yep.
So this rock is running.
Hard, Wouter. Hard. Yep.
So sweeping that outside sweeper, trying to get it to curl.
Hard. Hij moet shot. Hard.
We saw this a few times from
Okay.
Hoekman on the previous end. As we take a look at Alexander Baumann for Germany, facing two red counters for Norway. A good draw by Stefan Wallstad into that top four. This is an angled run back on the corner guard for Baumann. Tough shot. And ends up removing that yellow, so definitely two. Not even sure if they were lying two before that shot, but two more points for Norway. They're up 4-0 after two ends of play. Just jumping right over to the game. It's Japan-Korea. Koreans up by 1 after 2. This is the last stone for Japan's Go Aoki. A new face as well.
Yeah, the youngest player in this championship makes a beautiful hit and roll with his hammerstone. And that game is all tied up 1-1.
Well, we saw a new Japanese side in the Women's World Championship. They were very impressive.
Yeah, this is that Olympic year is giving teams the opportunity to put together kind of new lineups, try new things. They knew that their Olympic teams weren't going to be playing in their national championship. It opened things up for the Japanese team. It opened things up for lots of new talent and new teams to be here at the World Championship.
Is dit niet te hard, te veel voor die outer?
Ik weet het.
Hek, Roos. Hek. Yep. Wow. Hek. Wow. Yep. Hartje firm. Hartje firm. Wow. Yep. 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 Okay. Okay.
Caught between two shots there. I think, you know, once that was past center easy, those guys maybe needed to move to plan B and just go all the way under the center guard.
More. More. Right there?
Sure. Wait, close.
Wall.
Close.
Close.
It's 11.
Wall.
That's cross.
Close. Wall. Wall.
Colin. Yeah, Colin. Go. Go, 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 go. Go. Roll it. Ah.
Good save. 10-8. 10-8, real close.
I think you got to go down there, Greg. All right. Because we're doing it.
I don't know how they can't do these caps better.
Oh, USA is already managing their time clock. So
Hartje minder. Sissy. Wow.
Hek.
Gewoon hek. Close.
Hek.
Hek weet.
So Huskin's getting a second chance at this hit and roll or tuck underneath. They're trying to tuck underneath the center guard now.
Okay. Stop. Okay.
Aim forward. Okay, out. Okay.
11.5.
Now as that stone climbs higher in the rings, looking for the roll, the jam becomes more of a possibility.
Wait, close. Easy.
Close. Yep.
Wait, good.
Yep.
Whoa.
Easy. Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Close.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right on. You gonna do?
Colin. Go, 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 Colin. Go, 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 go. Go, go. All right. That's fine. 11-4. 11-4. Real nice.
Really good weight, Greg.
Good weight.
Ja, gewoon hek. Is meer controleerbaar, toch? Ja, precies. Oké. Zelf mijn grip aan. Is veel. Kijk, ook gewoon hek. Ja. Je moet naar rechts rollen. Ja. Anders ben je geshot. Oké, ja, gaan we doen. Ben je helemaal achter de guard of niet? Ja, eigenlijk het liefst wel. Maar je moet wel shot zijn. Ja, precies. Dus vol achter zo? Ja, oké. Gewoon hek. Ja. Niet hard.
Sissy. Yep.
Just a delicate hack weight.
Clean. Sissy. Yep. Hek, hek. Whoa, clean. Yep. Sissy. Yep. Yep.
Looking to tuck underneath, or are they going to the side here? They're going hard to the side, but I think they got a little careful again with the sweep call.
Oké. Oké. Oké, top. Ja. Ah. Kijk, goed. Sissy. Ja, mooie bal. Mooie stem, man. Ah, dit is best wel goed. Ja. Top. Hoeveel?
Ja.
Fijn met leider.
All right, I like the out.
So this was a spot on the ice in the first end that USA had a little bit of trouble managing. They had played a bunch of interns. They didn't really go their way. So they've switched turns here in the third, knowing that this is a key opportunity to force the Dutch team to a single point if they execute this well.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus.
Really good.
Doing?
Go, Richie! Well, that was-
Fine.
Why are we not sweeping?
Just full.
No,
I
we
should have
had
been
to-
on it the whole way, but
Yeah.
he's just full. Sorry, that's a bad call.
Good call. I don't know.
I don't know if he heard you make the change.
We had to change.
Don't worry about it, Greg. Get through.
Yeah. Sorry, you yelled and then I should have swept it the whole way.
Yeah.
You're just a little full.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Come Peel? Yeah. Yeah.
And all of a sudden with that miscommunication, misthrow, it's a wide open hit and go.
Yeah, just looking for the blank here. Jaap van Dorp. Hit this red, roll out, blank the end. There's no score. And Netherlands will retain the advantage of last stone. The score is still 2-2 after 3 ends of play now in this World Championship game.
Oh, so yeah, we heard him say we're going outside.
And then at the end, I'm like, oh shit, now we gotta go. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
I just didn't hear it. I just saw you start sweeping, and I never yelled. So, because I still thought it might come up, but it wouldn't have. So we should have just hit it. Yeah, we would have just hit it. So that's good.
I thought you were saying.
It is a tied game between the United States and the Netherlands. Yeah, the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018.
It's like 4.
And the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas.
Come on.
Is it?
Come on.
It's like a 15.
Well, there's no doubt there's lots of stuff to do in Las Vegas. Could that be a distraction for teams, or could that be a nice thing? Because we know teams have struggles to actually find stuff to do between games.
So, well, actually, maybe the distraction is the fact that there's multiple Easter bunnies here in the arena celebrating a little bit with these guys. But yeah, I mean, this has to be a challenge for these athletes. You're living in a casino and there's nightlife everywhere, so it has to be a bit of a challenge or a bit of a pull, but most of these athletes are just so disciplined, they train so hard, they would never do anything intentionally to damage their opportunity or to limit their opportunity here. So but yeah, it's a pretty fun place to hold a championship.
You know, catch a show, a concert, go out for nice meals.
Just a 2.
But that could also maybe drain some energy.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that likely the teams discussed with their coaches and their staff before they got here, how they would manage those distractions. It's really important to have a plan of what your expectations are and how any kind of distraction, good or potentially negative, could impact what your goals are for the event.
And quite a few teams have come in a few days early, mostly to just get adjusted to the time zone, get rid of that jet lag, and of course with those few days off and no curling club in Las Vegas, a good chance to maybe see a bit of the city and get it out of your system before the championship starts. Also, some teams sticking around for a day or two just so they know they can have a little bit of fun when the championship ends. Is that a good way of going about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Planning a couple of extra days if you need it. I'd like to see it on the latter part for the fun. Before managing the jet lag, that's smart. Getting acclimated to the desert and the dryness that's here as well. That's an impact for these athletes. So
70, 80.
staying afterwards is good. You get lots of time to plan and look forward to stuff, but you still have your main job right here on the ice.
That job is being well executed by Colin Hoffman so far. He said he had a great game yesterday. And when they played Japan, Go Aoki made a fantastic shot in the 10th end to tie it, brought it to the extra, but also Greg Persinger was able to pull it off on the last stone, double raise.
Okay, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah, it was a back and forth game for USA yesterday, and they're in a tight battle here today with the Netherlands. USA's got the better rock placement right now. And with that, Lawrence Hoekman is going to look to play the peel, maybe catch the run back, and the USA stone on the top of the forefoot.
Yeah.
And USA flashing back a little bit into that second end. They used a ton of their time clock, and now all of a sudden they're playing a little bit more quickly. They are not thinking as much. They're talking a little less. They're getting through their process a little bit more quickly, and I think they're executing a little bit better.
Okay. Not terrible.
Well, talking about execution, that's something Alexander Baumann would need. Down 4, playing Norway, the last stone here in the third end.
He's got a chance for 2, it looks like. A little clockwise rotating. Heavy draw. Trying to tap.
Just rolling too far, and it's just going to be that 1 point in the top of the house there for Germany. 4-1 after 3 ends of play. Norway looking good for a second win after beating Italy yesterday. Still lots of ends left in the game for Germany, however.
2. It's okay. 2. Whoa. It's going to be Colin. It's going to be Colin.
If he goes hard, we'll be 3. We're at 3 now.
There. Whoa.
We're at 3 now.
There. Whoa.
We're a biter.
Freeze it?
No, just leave it. Leave it at this point. Leave it at this point.
Sorry, Richie. That's a bad read on us.
What was the split?
81. 80, but
I need a 90 though, right?
Yes, so.
For 0.
Phils are just curling way more.
So USA slipping just a little bit deeper than they wanted. This allows the Dutch to play a double and a roll, maybe activate those rocks over on the corner. Walter Huskens having a steady tournament so far. It's really early, but a steady play so far. Does a great job getting second shot underneath the corner guard. That is fully buried, not accessible. USA is still count, but now they have to defend by going underneath the corner guard. Always a little dangerous.
That's pretty good.
5.
Whoa, whoa.
Weight's close.
Copy.
Phil, I think.
5,
No, it's
6.
getting better. It's getting better.
We're there.
No, I don't want to touch
Whoa,
this.
whoa,
We're
then.
close.
Whoa, whoa.
We're
whoa.
6.
Whoa.
Wait
6.
Wait only. Right on it,
Just
on the
wait.
corner.
Whoa, whoa, already there, already there.
You're right.
Colin, go, go, go,
No,
Colin.
no, no.
Yep,
Already
yep,
there.
yep. I want to keep the angle.
Great shot.
Okay, throw.
Nice shot, buddy.
Just wanted to keep the angle. You're right.
Great shot.
Throw, Richie.
That's really a nice shot. The angle for this double is tough.
Oké, normaal.
It's there, but it's really tough. Even just hitting and rolling over to that other side is good, though. Pull the play back over to the corner guards. That protected side.
Wow. Nee, nooit. Nooit. Acht, acht.
And this has a ton of curling to do. Not even going to get to nose. Ends up making the inadvertent double.
Oké, Wout.
USA gets a chance to split the rings, create some separation, get away from that corner guard side of the ice. He looks a little surprised with the outcome. But Huskins had a little bit of a wobble, and that delivery is a little unsteady the whole way and popped it out at the end.
Looks like a lot.
Now Greg Persinger,
Whoa, right off.
Grinding.
he's been a little bit of a streaky player so far.
Right off.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's really close. now.
Easy, Colin.
No.
We're never on this.
13-5, never touch.
It's just back to you, I think.
All right. Way to stay off it, guys. All right, that's a good spot.
That's
Good spot.
the sweeper's delight when your skip tells you congratulations for not sweeping.
Yeah.
That's part of the game too, right? Knowing when to and when not to. Rock's in a good spot.
Laat hem maar aan deze kant spelen op het moment, toch? Nee, je komt eraan, is ook niet makkelijk, want je moet wel veel achter. Ietsje buien. Ja, dezelfde lijn zoals hij net ook gooide dus. Ja. Gewoon een stukje tukken om die top 12 heen. Top 8 heen, wat is het? Sorry. Een stukje tappen. Tukken. Met erachter. Ja. Okay. Gewoon op de T-lijn. Ja, gaan we doen. Is die nog snel? Ja, ik denk het wel. 4:05 of zo, 4:1 voor mij? Ja. 0:5. Okay.
Oh, still a chance for Jaap van Dorp.
Yeah, playing very steady.
Top 8. Top 4. Top 4.
Yep.
They're looking for just a draw to the T line. They're hoping to tuck a little bit under cover.
Yep. Yep.
Hardlijn!
Hard.
12 af.
Yep, moet gaan. Yep. 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 Hard. Yep, bounce hem eraf. Yep.
Just underthrown a hair there. A little light. Those guys worked that stone the whole way down the ice. There was really not much they could do with that.
Ja, ik denk dat je er misschien nog wel krijgt, hè?
Lex,
Ja,
perfect.
het is wel krap, maar ik kan wel. Ja. Oké.
How's niet zo vroeg dan? Is dat wel oké?
Perfect full eight. You got to be at least half full eight. I like to be just full.
Full 8, buddy. 74, but not real positive. Just clean for
Wait
now.
for now.
So they want this to be
further than I want
top
here.
8
We're off
foot.
now.
Where is it?
We're just top 8 right now.
No, we're more than that.
No, we're not. We're really, we
We're
might
more
be
than
biting
that.
for.
That's fine. There's not much we can do with it.
Sit, kid. It's really close.
Bring it a little
Nope,
bit.
it's already there. It's already there.
All right.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
That's oh,
not bad.
So close to really good.
Whoa.
Gotta watch out for those. 2 inches too far.
So 2 inches too far, says Phil Tilker.
He's got it rolling.
That means a nose hit will get shot for
Zeker shot, maar volgens mij als je hem noost ben je ook gewoon. Oké. Is cool.
the Netherlands.
Gewoon 10. Oké, ja. Oké. Maar haartje minder, Wout. Dit is wel de current kant, hè?
Ja, maar
Je kan ook naar rechts rollen. Je kan ook nog iets naar rechts rollen, ja. Oké, als die blijft hangen, dan rol je eruit. Deze voor jou, gewoon 10. Ja hoor. Gewoon 10.
Last stone on this fourth end. Jaap van Dorp
10, 10, 2. Nee, 10.
looking for nose hit or maybe even a slight roll.
Yeah, just a little bit of a roll to guarantee that you get shot stone. Looks like they've got nose and a little bit of a roll. That should do it.
Ja. Nee, wel. Top.
No, maybe.
Need the binoculars?
Yeah. One yellow.
That is 1 yellow, indeed confirmed by Ronan.
Good for not looking at it, though.
And it's a 3-2 lead for the Netherlands over USA after 4 ends of play now. 6 more to come. It is very close.
Yeah, klopt.
He rolled like really 2 inches to the left.
It's a good force, guys.
Yeah, good force. Really good force. Really good. All right. Play one more. Caught up on time.
We are caught up on time, but that's just.
Ik sure mag hebben. Leningse, 12.
Carlo Glasbergen throws the first stone of the 5th end, last end before the halftime break. Both teams hoping to
Dan Bouter.
have a good end before
Klein beetje. Yep. Iets als je kan. Yep.
talking to their coach and alternate and other staff
Goed kant, jongen.
at the halftime.
Oké, Carlo. Gewoon kort.
USA with the hammer.
Oké. Ja.
Wouldn't be too upset if they perhaps blanked this end and kept the hammer into the halftime.
Yeah, it would be okay. You know, taking the hammer into the even ends for that second half of the game.
Line's better
Lots of
now.
room. Wait there. Lots of room.
Each team has their own kind of philosophy here. I think you probably see Nicodine go for 2, as many opportunities as he can, really try to utilize that hammer.
Get separation. Go, 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 go. Good shot.
Let's go, guys.
14-1, guys.
So by USA pulling the play into the center of the rings, kind of capitulating to that being the area, they are gonna at some point try and clear the front.
Lijn is goed. 12-8. Oké, hoor je kant op. 12. Oh, is heel wijd. Lauw. 12-8. Lauw. 12. Yep.
So this was an either-or shot. Jaap van Dorp said we could freeze the top one, but if we've got the weight, we'll go right around.
Oké, goed geweest. Zo een traag of zo? Ah, ik had zelf gespeeld. Nee, ik had 97. Ik had dan 10 min.
That isn't bad.
I'd rather go to that side than this
Yeah, but
side.
then he's got that right into it. All right, right here.
This way, though, he's got it to ping up.
Right.
Like this.
Yeah, are you guys good with this side?
Yes.
Yeah.
T-line.
Yep.
Okay, so a couple feet.
Yep.
Oh, a little tight.
Doesn't feel like anymore.
Always calling here.
So how come You're drawing the wing here, not coming around the guard.
Oh, it's still all right.
Because they know that they're gonna make a go at those rocks in the center. They're gonna peel, so they're looking to keep the play in the rings as much as possible, but give them the best angles.
Now you can go, because this one ain't going onto it. I just don't want to hit it onto this one. Yep. All right, good shot. That's fine.
So now the hit and roll here sits well behind T line. You're 1 and 2.
Normaal. Whoa. Uitverf. Normaal uitverf. Close. Yep. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Normaal. Whoa. Uitverf. Okay, sorry. Hij valt weg.
A little bit of an oversweep. Just
Yeah.
sit right there in the open.
A little aggressive sweep as we take a peek in on Japan playing Korea. So this last stone for the Korean skip. He's sitting 1 and 2.
무조건 웨이트. 키워 웨이트 좋아 보여. 키워 웨이트 좋아 보여. 키워 웨이트 좋아 보여.
Needs almost anywhere in the rings for 1, 2, 3. Just like that, nails the T line. And 3 points. Korea is up 4-1 over Japan after the 4th end.
Taking a look at Russia, China as well. Tied game so far. Down to the last stone for So Do-ja. Saw him make a great shot facing 4 Russian counters earlier in the game. For their only point so far. This is a bit easier. Looking very much in control all the way down here, just keeping the brooms down, keeping the line. It is a nose hit. Another point for China. It's 2-1 after 4 ends.
And in our feature game, that hit on the wings keeps happening. We keep climbing. No one is getting a roll.
It's not doing anything. It's straight on it. No.
Stay on the nose.
So you can see that rock's getting higher and higher and higher with the rings each subsequent hit. Now the hit and roll for the Dutch can leave them full top 4 above the T line, completely buried. The spot's been running straight.
Okay, right. Come on.
Tien, 10-2. Wow. 10. Wow. 10.
Nooit.
10-2. Niet hard. Lauw. Lauw. Oh. Nek. Oké. Oké. Dat zelfs 11. Ja, oké. Niet hard.
That is a real straight spot. And the team that gets to that fastest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Less.
A little less.
Because remember, we have got a whole house to roll.
See the other scores in the arena. Korea, as we saw, 4-1. Norway also scoring a single point to lead it 5-1 over Germany. And of course, Russia, China 2-1, as we just saw. Close games, pretty much all around. Only really, well, Norway and Korea had a slight edge on their games. We're enjoying our tight battle here, USA, Netherlands.
Go! Go, 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 go! God.
Just need less stick, buddy. It's straight.
USA looking for the roll this time.
Yeah, they even dropped the weight a little bit. That was a nice, delicate weight. Just can't get the line. And now all of a sudden, inside the 4-foot lines, a relatively routine double takeout available.
8-0. 8-0. Wow.
Looks like he popped this one out a little bit at the end of release.
Ja, lengte gewoon goed. Ja. Ook gewoon echt 0,0. Ik dacht dat hij hier wel iets zou doen, maar...
I can sweep it and we'll still nose it.
Right.
I'm gonna buff it.
We can
All
nose
the way
it.
over, yeah.
Okay. What's the...
All right, Richard. I like that broom. What kind of weight?
Same.
Okay.
We got to move that one over so there's not a run back double.
How far are we trying to move it?
About, I think, 4 or 5 feet.
Okay. You hear that? We're trying to move that all the way over to side 12.
We can't roll on top of it, so.
Okay.
We're a little closer to the center. I think it's going to move a little, isn't it?
I don't think it's going to move
Okay.
much.
We've never used me for a
Okay,
sweeper.
all right. Yep. 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 Yep.
You could hear Telker say, you haven't used me yet, but he's on the broom this time, looking to play the hit and roll off the yellow and then punch that redstone far over. That is perfect indeed, exactly what they were looking to do.
That's really good.
Really well done, kid.
Yeah.
That still
That-
didn't curl much.
You know, reassuring your player in the hack that I can help you. Let me play. That's what Phil Tilker was saying. Let me play, and he did. And look at that. Finally got the roll on the inside with enough action to create tons of separation in the rings for the USA counters.
We've been saying how Colin Huffman's a big guy. Philip Telker is no small man either.
Yeah, they're both fantastic sweepers. Actually, all 4 of the front end players out here are big, strong guys. Puts lots of pressure with lots of speed right into the brush head, down into the surface of the ice in front of those stones.
These Dutch guys very, very tall, getting a lot of pressure right down on the broom as they try and hold the hit and roll for Jaap van Dorp here, but can't quite hold it enough. It rolls all the way out.
Yeah, so this sheet, we've seen it. It's a little tilted towards the board side. Just a little bit tilted.
Keep going on my side.
This.
It's easier for the roll for him because it's straighter.
Hadn't played much out there though so far in the game. I wonder if it might have been a tiny bit fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the first rock that was thrown out there, so
Yep. About back 12.
still got that sharp pebble.
Yeah, I like that 70.
Hasn't been swept or thrown over. Maybe a bit in practice, but
Feels light to me.
Well, last stone for... Oh, pardon me. First stone for Greg Persinger. Just again looking to split the rings here, drawing to the wing, sit 2. Just make sure Jaap van Dorp doesn't have that hit and roll again. Might as well come quite deep here.
yeah, as far back as you can go. You cannot hurt this now.
Very nicely done, kid.
Really nice.
Pretty good there, and then Jaap van Dorp is going to have to make the call here.
Really nice, Greg.
Play a draw and risk 3, or make the very tough hit and roll.
I think he's got to go for that hit and roll at this point. He's up 1. Worst case scenario with the hit and roll is, you know, you give up 2. You go hard for a draw here. Well, the risk reward is, I don't know. I don't think it'd be worth it at this point in the game. Maybe a little bit later, maybe the 9th end. You'd say maybe.
Oh, we've seen it run pretty straight down the spot.
Remember, he just missed on the inside. That mentally being able to have that very short memory.
Looking pretty good here. Can it hang on for shot stone?
Oh, it might have.
He's close.
Shot toch? Ja, net niet. Ik denk net rood.
Might have rolled an inch too far.
Maybe we're not.
8-6.
What do you think, Rich?
I think USA's playing the split.
Seems like Rich Rohonen's calling down some younger eyes for this one.
I don't know.
The old man can't tell. you don't know, then we try the little chip split.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's us.
Do you?
Same
I do
weight.
think it's us.
Same exact weight.
I think it is. I think it's us. It's close.
Okay.
If it's us, then do you like the straight draw? What do you like?
I think it's us, just barely. I think I play right here.
I believe
I
you.
also think it's us.
If we graze this, we can still roll in.
I still like the same weight, though. Same weight, right?
Yeah.
Well, seem to think they are lying shot stone here in the top 12. I guess if they do end up having the line and the control, they can just chisel the red just to be sure.
Yeah, and actually, if they have that close of a line, they might want to just go right back by it and all the way down to the.
Yep, it's carving. Yes.
Mine.
Yes.
Take it. Come on.
Yes. Phil, go. Go. You still got the split. Go. Pull it out.
Well, it does chip it and does roll in, so that is certainly two for USA. Another good shot by Greg Persinger. 2 points up on the board for USA. Here in the fifth end, they'll lead this game 4-3 as the teams now will head off the ice for halftime break.
For some reason, I thought we needed full 8 afterwards, and I was like, oh no.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta recycle a beverage.
So, that weight ended up.
Session 3. It's USA playing the Netherlands. Great chance for Jaap van Dorp, skip of the Dutch team. Open hit. So put 2 points up on the board. No problems there. A deuce is good. Taking us to the second end. A beautiful hit and roll by Jaap van Dorp into the button leaves this incredibly difficult redirect for Greg Persinger. Just to come off his yellow stone and onto the shot. Fantastic effort. Shot of the week so far. And 2 points to tie the game. A well-earned deuce for USA. In the fourth end. After a blanking third, Jaap van Dorp looking for a nose hit or even just a tiny bit of a roll. Make sure they score one, and they do.
Same weight, right?
Yeah.
USA with the last stone draw. Not quite sure if they were lying shot or not. Was hoping to maybe get a bit of a chisel on the top stone to be certain, and split the reds in for two. No measure required. Good shot again by Greg Persinger, and they're up 4-3 after 5 ends.
For some reason, I thought we needed full 8 afterwards, and I was like, oh no.
These are the other scores in the Orleans Arena here in Las Vegas this morning. China is playing Russia. It's a 2-1 game, close fought there. Norway, though, taking a stronghold on Germany, 7-1, while Korea is up 4-2 on Japan.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Second half. I mean, my shot's good. These two shots would be easy to hold in.
We talked a little bit that end about do we go for a deuce, or just if they go in, do we hit? Well, I think we should keep the pedal on basically every end. Because we're gonna give ourselves opportunities as long as we don't just play defensive. Get up.
1 minute. Thank you. Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
So, just telling the guys, let's pick up the pace a little. Just the energy pace, not necessarily speed. Speed's okay, but
Well, a few words from Coach Harry as we take a look at the percentages on the stats. We see USA outplaying the Dutch, but of course it's a close game so far through 5 ends.
Never heavy.
Teams are back onto the ice for this 6th end.
I don't think you can hurt this.
Still only halfway there. It's a close game. USA up 4-3 on the Netherlands. And this 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sorry, guys.
Great venue.
All right. Well, I tell you what, we're touching the center line. Look at that. Yeah.
Great city. And lots of great teams.
It's possible.
Yeah, and these two teams here right now in battle on sheet D. You can see that Carlo Glasbergen struggling a little bit with execution. Just not getting the rock placement kind of precision that he's looking for. Slipped a little deep on some draws. He hit and rolled out on one of his hits.
Okay. Best word.
And that one slips into the rings. The number of times we see that in the elite level of play is actually astounding to me. That ice tends to quicken up a bit during that 5th end break. They run the mops. The ice might cool down a bit. And the number of times that the players slip in the rings when they're trying to throw a corner guard.
Stop.
Think that you were hair out.
He was up too.
Pretty significant.
Yeah.
Glasbergen's going to get a second chance at this corner guard.
Lijn is goed. Zelfde lijn. 2. Kan nog niet. We gaan, Wout. 2, 3. Wout.
So slowing everything down, being a little bit more deliberate in his slide pace.
Okay.
and his sweepers almost bring it into the house anyway. So that one sits a little bit tight.
It's a good 4th rock, so 9.
Okay. I think a little less.
Yep.
Colin Huffman down a little bit from that first game, but that first game of his really extraordinary.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice sweep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Beauty. Touch it. All right, that's a beauty.
Oh, boy, when things are going your way, wow.
That's why I threw my rock short, because I knew he was going to roll too much. Right?
Outstanding shot by Huffman.
Yep. 1, 2. Yep. Yep. Andere kant. Nee, dat is goed. Hard. Yep. Wow. Wow. Oké. Prima. Goed, Lau. Hoe is het, Lau? Ja, het is goed hoor, Lau. Hij ging gewoon vrij snel. Meestal best wel goed.
Close. Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Down.
Whoa. Yep. 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 Clean. Clean. Clean.
Clean. Yep.
Clean.
Down.
All right. Good shot.
Throw. Come on.
So looking for the long hit and roll from Hookman, who is struggling a bit. You know, given those numbers, you might want to just have him throw a draw. You could activate that stone in the USA stone that's sitting in the top of the rings. Coming into your screen now, you could draw underneath it instead of trying to roll there. I mean, it's just a, you know, depends how hard you'd like to go for your two. You know.
Either we go under or we peel, to be honest.
Okay.
All right. I like under.
I like under arcs.
I don't mind it. Force doesn't make a double.
Yeah, speed's pretty good. It's at 80, you think?
I don't know if ice.
I need a little more.
I think you're right. 80?
Yep. Not behind your feet.
Right.
I think we're at 6 right now.
We're really close.
7.
Whoa. Shit. Right off. Right off, right off, right off, right off.
I think we're top house. We're top house.
Whoa.
Right
We're
off.
6.
Right off.
Whoa. Sit.
Well, I'm going to go T-line. What are we doing?
No, nothing.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, just leave it. Just
Whoa,
leave it.
whoa, whoa.
Very nice.
Set. Throw.
Positive 77. Rich, I like the way you threw that.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you can throw an 85, 90, then
85
like
that
85 that same way. Go. 8-0.
Pretty decent game so far by Dr. Huskins.
Yeah, he is just a steady player, really a steady player.
Over the top. Okay, yep. Whoa. Sorry. Okay.
Again, just a slight oversweep.
Okay, so.
Yeah, they're just on the wrong side of the inch on those doubles that they've thrown, the hit and rolls, and I think this team needs to commit more to the draw. They haven't thrown very many of them. They've been generating their offense through defense and really waiting for USA to miss, and all of a sudden USA's making their shots. The Dutch team is going to have to put some pressure on USA with some rock placement, and the way they're going to do that is by willing to keep rocks in play, using whatever circumstances they've got to the best of the offensive kind of ability. Now, accidentally, USA throws a corner guard, and you know, kind of an unnecessary call. You didn't really need to guard that. You could have put that anywhere.
We do see the Dutch playing twice as many hits as draws so far in the game, while USA have been playing pretty much an equal amount of draws and hits.
Yeah, and that game balance is really something that I think sometimes some of the younger teams struggle with. And again, we're seeing it there. I mean, there was an opportunity just to draw down, tap, nuzzle up next to it. I know that might seem aggressive, but 2 is absolutely still in the books with a corner guard up there. Any corner guard, doesn't matter the color. So now Greg Persinger, he's going to get a chance to put a little coverage on that stone in the side of the forefoot. He's having a really solid game today.
Phil.
Just go.
All Phil. Yep, gotta go. Go! Come on, guys.
Come on, you got
it. Come on, you got it. Easy. Whoa, whoa. Right there. Yep, little bit. Whoa. Whoa.
Really good, Greg.
Okay, great shot.
And the sweepers do an outstanding job managing the placement on that one.
Good shot. Sure, you almost stick this in a little thicker on that.
Ja. Oké, let's go. Ja, Artje aan de binnenkant, ijs. Floot iets. Maar ik denk niet dat hij heel veel floot hier. Gewoon op zijn neus ijs. Oké. Kant maar net ietsje. Oké, voor de pin. Ja.
Had their minds on blanking this end.
Ja, deze ver.
Almost from the very start, as those corner guards didn't quite find the right spot, or at least the first one.
Yeah, it's almost like they gave up, right? I mean, right away. And there was some opportunity here for Jaap van Dorp, who was playing really well, to put some pressure on USA.
Yeah, I think you could have even played a draw here. Even you make the run double, you're probably leaving the shooter as a guard for USA to come around. You're forced anyway.
Yeah. So I just think they lost their way a little bit, and that speaks back to the power of those lead stones. The placement of the lead stones, so vital to the success of executing an end plan for a team.
You're throwing the same then, Greg.
I feel like that's something we've seen from the Dutch team in the past. Just a little bit too careful, a little too cautious. They need to be timing their aggression a little bit more, taking a few more chances and put a little more pressure on their opponent. Sometimes they seem like they're just playing to lose by the smallest margin.
Yeah.
Instead of taking the risk when they have the opportunities.
Not the end of the world.
That's fine.
Not the end of the world.
The stone comes right into the forfeit on top of their own red.
Yeah. It's all right.
Blank looks pretty tough. So I wonder if this is just a nose-hit double for Jaap van Dorp to score one.
Iets rechts? Ja, hartje rechts. Ja. Okay, ja.
I think you can blank it, but it's dangerous to go for it. The difference is pretty significant. A 2-point swing and essentially a 2-hammer swing.
Can throw some weight, Jaap van Dorp.
Yeah, he's got a really powerful leg drive, a nice extension to his release.
See if they'll try and roll the shooter out. Yes, they will. A nice blank by Jaap van Dorp. Gets what they wanted. The score remains the same, still 4-3 for USA.
Scherp op die lijnkans. Als je dan die guard hit met die hekbeet zorgt, dan dat hij shoot.
He's definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, just where it ended up, he could make it, you know.
Yeah.
I just thought if you guys were right off, we were all right.
We could have.